Afternoon. This is on February 28th. Right now I'm trying to go home, and it just so happens it just has to be on rush hour. And there's always an ambulance screaming around here somewhere. Anyway, I was just thinking about one of the things that I was thinking about today as I'm driving along is. Just seeing things unfold, things happening in the world, in this world, and I don't know about you, but it's kind of like troublesome. It's troubling to see these kind of things happening out there in the world, and you can't help but feel that something is on the horizon, but yet things happen all the time. There's always people, things happen. I say that things happen. And I think sometimes that people are not ready. They're like, to them, this period is like a respite period there where there's no. I'm reminded of the story of, when they came, when the not the Ten Commandments, the 10 plagues were happening on the earth. When the 10 plagues were happening in the land of Egypt, not on the earth, but in the land of Egypt at the time in the biblical times in the book of Exodus. And what happened there was on the 10th plague, just before I'm not okay. Let me go back up here. One of the plagues there, I'll say. Let me just say it this way: that one of the plagues, there was a moment. It says that Pharaoh, just after the plague was stayed and after everything cleared up and whatever plague was removed, stopped, and it says Pharaoh just sat back and just kind of like not sure what was in the future for Egypt, his people, and himself. And then judgment came. I feel like sometimes that's where we are right now. We just like something that, something such as COVID, and I know a lot of people don't believe COVID is real. There's some people that are doubters of the plague that just happened, and a lot of people don't believe that it's like they don't believe COVID happened. And so what these things that have happened, we've seen a lot of death and despair, and we've seen a lot of people that we love. We've even seen people that we had known for such a long time die. They pass away. And that happened, just like the 10 plagues. Something happened, and there was so much despair and crying and weeping and gnashing of teeth. There was so much of that. Then all of a sudden, it stopped. And then from there, we're heading into something else. I just know it. We're heading into something else. I'm trying not to say too much, I'm trying not to say too much about where we are, where we are right now. I don't want to start, just assuming things, but I kind of see things happening, and it's not for the good. It's not for the good. It's something that's bad that it's just like over the horizon. It's coming, and we're living in dangerous and perilous times. But yet, one of the things I do see is that in spite of all the perilous times that we're just like, there's some people that are just sitting back and just taking it easy and just saying, well, that's just the way it is. But I see just somewhere off, and it troubles me. It troubles me in my spirit, in my soul, that we are living in those times, and yet things are taken so lightly, even by the Christian community, by the people. There's People that can't, when people stray for a moment or something happens to someone for a moment, then they just want to write that person off. They just want to write people off when something happens. They don't want to work with that person anymore just because something happened. It's something, nothing big, something, you know. I know there's some people out there that have done worse things, but yet people continue to work with those people. But I don't think now is the time for us to start, you know, now is not the time for us to start fighting and contending with one another, because it says in Ephesians that our fight is not against flesh and blood, but it's against principalities and powers and spiritual wickedness in high places. But we're too busy fighting amongst each other, fighting with flesh and blood and those in power. But meanwhile, there's spiritual wickedness in high places. There's spiritual things that are happening. Here we are, just duking it out with each other. I want to work for the kingdom of God. I myself want to work for Jesus. I want to work for the Lord. I want to be able to continue working in the ministry. But there are some people that have kind of written me off for that because of, you know, things that's happened a long time ago. I'll say a long time ago. But regardless of them writing me off, I'd rather just continue doing the work that God has put before me. Today is actually my 54th birthday, and what I want to do is I just want to keep on going as long as I can. 54 years old. And there's nothing more that I'd rather do than to continue working in the ministry, in my life, in my Christian life, on my Christian life, because the time that that I'm talking about is getting closer, is drawing near, near, near. And there was a time that we needed to keep our eyes and set our focus back on the things spiritual things. Now is the time. The time is getting short. 54 years is not long, man. 54 years is not long. It's a short time. Not long. But people act like it's a long time. 54 years is not long. But in the 54 years that I've been alive, I've gone through some hard times, some good times, some easy times, some hard times, painful times, experienced some painful things. And yet, I'm still here today, fighting the good fight of faith. Still hanging on to the best that I can. Oh my goodness, this road is so rough. There's some things on this road here that are just kind of rough. But anyway, I just want to encourage you, just, you know, if you have something against someone, if you had a knot against someone, I encourage you to let it go. Let it go, man. Let it go. Just let it go. And everything will be all right. Anyway, have yourself a good day. Take care, and God bless you. And keep on fighting the good fight of faith. Alrighty? Alrighty. Over and out.